Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean for that to happen. I really didn't. I don't know what happened with all that. I was not trying to get off the stream like that. I don't know what happened. Somebody texted me, and then all of a sudden, it just kicked me off. Sorry about that. So, where was I at? Oh yeah, talking about how you can tell if a spirit is a bad spirit. Well, the thing is that, if you really believe in a lot of these things about how spirits are negative, they're evil. Again, if you believe in a whole program of evil, then it's going to be really hard for you to actually attract good spirits into your life, especially if you live in a state of fear, that things are trying to get after you. And if you don't know, if you're not comfortable diving into different types of information about how to banish spirits and using different types of techniques like banishing of the pinnacle for banishing evil entities or, demonic entities that are evil, I guess you shall say. Because there are entities out there that have their own agenda, but they're not necessarily evil. They just don't care. You just got to keep in your mind that you're a God, and you can definitely banish any type of spirit that you want. But you need to really be well versed when it comes to evocation and invocation. Now, what is invocation and evocation? Evocation is how to summon the spirits into this third dimension, right? So that means that you're actually casting a spell, and you're casting a spell within a circle of protection so you can bring the entity into its material form so you can see it. And invocation is being able to cast a spell so you can summon a spirit, so you can summon a spirit within or inside, so you can see the spirit, within. It's walking with you everywhere. You see it all the time. So, again, that's high magic, and there's a lot of spells out there on how to summon these different types of spirits, but, you want to summon things that, spirits that you feel more comfortable with, and you want to summon spirits that you don't want to feel like they're trying to attack you or trying to do something to you. Because the type of spirits that I like to work with, the mainly is just my guides. I really don't summon anything. I know how to do it, but I don't summon certain spirits. But I do work with the Ascended Master type, and those are the ones that have that telepathic communication with me and letting me know that this is Arnon, this is what you're doing. They're with me all the time to protect me from different types of spirits. That's why these entities don't mess around with me, because they know that I have, master teachers as guides. And you're probably like, what the hell is a master teacher? A master teacher is somebody kind of like a person that's actually known a lot of things, spiritual knowledge, and their souls passed on. They send it to a different level of higher self, kind of like what Jesus did, right, in the story. I work with those type of guides because that's the path that I'm on. Your guides are going to be connected to you based on what type of spiritual path you're on in life. Once you have an understanding somewhere, but even if you don't understand your spirit guides, you're probably going to be like, you're probably not going to know that they're around you, but they are around you. Best way to connect with them is through meditation. And another thing, angels. I used to talk about angels a lot, but the thing is, the things that you'll start to see with the angels, that is the angel numbers. And necessarily those are the angel numbers. Angels are trying to communicate to you with certain numbers, 1111, 1010. You've probably seen these numbers. You've probably seen these numbers everywhere you go. The synchronicities of the numbers. So I'm pretty sure you've seen the number 1111 a lot, or the movie. So that lets you know that there's a gateway that's been opened to the other world, or there's a gateway for you to communicate with different spirits or entities. But they call them angel numbers. I know we all call them angel numbers, but the more you come aware that, that you're actually breaking the veil of this illusion that we live in, and you're able to go into different worlds, different dimensions. That's another thing about angel numbers. But your angels, they really can't, when you are working with angels, you know that you're working with angels when you're trying to have, let's say if something bad happens, and they will interfere with that, but they can't interfere with your will, whatever your will is, because that's not what they're designed to do. They're designed to help give you messages so they can assist you with going, again, your spiritual ascent. And so angels are more prevalent to be your spirit guides than anything else. A spirit, with a communication with them, you have to be actually accepting and wanting that to come into your reality. Me, I am accepting of all entities into my reality. I may not communicate with a lot of them because I don't choose to, my mind. But once you open that door and you have like the Ouija board, you have things like that, and you're starting to do evocation, those entities will start coming to you. And remember that a lot of these spirits are, they're manifestations of your own creation. So as what you think of evil, the worst evil or the worst things you could possibly imagine, or the most beautiful thing, the most angelic being, or the most precious thing, or unicorn that you may want to work with, that's what those entities are going to look like to you, and that's what they're going to feel like. It's interesting. And the reason why is that, again, we are the ultimate creators. We are what they call the image of God, right? And that's what we are. We're a divine being. So we can actually conjure any spirits, work with any spirits, banish any spirits, and actually have spirits come into us if we want to come into our body. Now, I know people will be like, why would you want a spirit to take over your body, whatever? Well, I noticed that when I learned more about black magic, that a lot of these magicians, they use black magic to work with these different types of spirits and demons, right? Now, the thing is that as far as demons, we can't really always think that these demons are bad, right? We can't always think that. But if you're religious, Christianity is pretty much put you on a path that all the demons is bad or whatever it is, blah, 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 blah. It's not always like that. But there are some out there, some entities out there that have their own agenda, which you still have to be careful about. That's why you got to do your research, and you have to understand the spirit and have your protection up. You got to have your protection, like your magic, your sigils, your pentacles, everything else up when you're working with these entities. Because a lot of them are going to want you to have a pact with them, to work with them. And the pact is kind of like a contract, saying that if you help me get this X amount of success or blah, 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 then I'll sacrifice this, blah, blah, blah. Some people even sacrifice a little bit of blood or a baby or whatever, some persons. That's what a lot of people are doing in Hollywood, with the whole called Illuminati thing. That's what they're doing. So, again, if you're working with demons and things, first off, you need to get in your mind that these things are not always trying to attack you. And you can't be afraid of these things, because a lot of these demons, a lot of these demons, they used to be like somewhat like demigods, right? Demon. Just look for where that word comes from. Look for the etymology or the study of words of where the word demon comes from. Because you'll be shocked, because Christianity just pretty much perverted everything that we known to our, our conscious mind of what a demon is, and it's really not always that way. Especially you start talking about Lucifer and the devil, Satan, people start getting confused about what that is, And again, just look at those up. You know, I mean, how can something that's really evil, as far as like Lucifer or Satan, you know, first and then have a story where it's the most beautiful angel in heaven, and then all of a sudden he's just the devil because he, you know, turned away from God or Jesus, right? So you got to think about that stuff. That's the type of stuff you need to really think about when it comes to demons and things like that, and the devil and Lucifer. Are these entities really, really evil or not? Are they really evil or not? And so it's just something you really need to learn and do your research on. Research. If you don't do your, because see, what's going to happen is if you don't use your research, if you don't do research, you're going to figure out that everything that's going on in this reality it's like a game. It's a game. It's something where you're actually to keep control so you don't reach a certain part of your spiritual ascent. So you don't really understand what you really are about. And so, yeah, I'm going to do some readings here eventually here. I'm going to do this, but I still want to talk about spirit communication because this is important. Because you start connecting with these spirits and your spirit guides, and they start to show you certain things. They start to show you certain things about what's going on in this dimension and how you're growing, and reason why these people or these, you know, these jobs or these, you know, why you're getting this money and why this is happening to you the best way that they can, right? Until you start to really start to just bring them into your life. They'll make sure that you get to work on time. They'll make sure that you eat. They'll make sure something dangerous doesn't happen. Hell, they'll even make sure that evil entities won't even mess with you. Your spirit guides are here to help you a lot. I'm like gray area question, psychic from the past experience. So the thing is that, you know, your spirit guides, just trust in them. Trust in that these spirit guides are going to help you, you know, ward off these evil entities. But you got to keep your mind clear of the whole word fear, because fear sometimes can really be a program for you a program that's going to attract a lot of negativity into your life, knowing because you don't know that this is the truth about it. So do your research before you get afraid. Say it that way. But again, and so what is it that, what type of spirits could we work with, or what type of how did that type of mind? Oh, I started with tarot cards a long time ago. But so what type of spirits do you can work with, or what types of things? Like, just Google up certain spirits, you know what I mean? Because all these spirits are based on what you believe in. You know, there's probably millions and thousands of spirits out there that you could probably work with. Yeah, when we talk about God, I think God is more about source, energy, the creation of all things. Not a guy that's flying in the air or something like that. But God, Jesus, you know what I mean? When people think about a certain God or an egregor, which is a God that you can create what you believe in, it starts to solidify itself in the spirit world. So if you're working with spirits, if you want to work with Jesus, once you summon him, I'm 100% guarantee he'll be like, I'm not what you think I am. Let me tell you that. Again, and again about this, the spirits that are toying around with your mind, those are the ones that are have a hidden agenda, and usually those are the demons doing that. But usually they're going to tell you that the ones that are toying with your mind and the demons that are up to no good, those are the ones that really want something in return that you don't feel comfortable doing. They may tell you to put your blood here, or do this, kill this animal, bury it back here, and I'll give you, all the wealth in the world forever. Things like that. Those are the type of spirits and things that you want to stay away from. But they'll make it very convincing. Even the ones that keep asking you to probably, possess your body over and over again. You need to be careful about that too. Yeah, there are spirits that can lead you astray. I can read with cards, but I can read without cards. I just don't let people know I read without cards, because it's actually draining, pretty draining for me. The way I found out I could read without cards is when I actually started that when I was in basic training in the military, and I started doing readings for this guy. I don't know, I was just playing around, right? About him, and I said, "Oh, I could do readings without tarot cards, man." And he's like, "Oh, whatever, let me try it." So he put me on the spot. So I was like, "Uh-oh." So I just started doing it, and shockingly, it was accurate. He was talking about he's like, "So you know what's my girlfriend doing right now?" Okay. So usually I would grab somebody's hand, and then let go of his hand, and then I was like, she's sitting on the computer, typing something. I don't know. It sounds like she got her head down. She feels sad, and she's trying to figure out, what she needs to do next. So, and then I'm telling that it sounds like she's missing you because you're gone, but she's trying to figure out when you're gonna get online next time. And then I asked him if I was right, and he was like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right that happened." So I was freaked out. I'm thinking to myself, like, "Are you serious?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, I am serious. That was right." And so I had to really think about that before I went to bed, because, again, when I was in basic training, I had my tarot cards. I didn't have my tarot cards yet. I was just, very curious about being, psychic and stuff like that. I thought it was a lot of BS. I thought it was a game. I thought it was something else. I thought it was something that you really, really don't have. It was fake. Who trained you? I don't know. I don't feel like anybody's trained me, but I think me working with people from the different, like master teachers from my spirit guides, those are the ones that are training me. And I'm pretty sure he's here with me right now. He doesn't sleep, so. Are you a psychic? Are you a tarot card reader, or what? You're prophetic. Usually when people call themselves prophetic, they're still in a state of dogma. So you must be some type of preacher, right? Dogma is a form of you not getting away from the religion's belief, the believing of what religion is. You're not religious. You must hang around a lot of religious people. And I'm pretty sure that you don't share what you do with everybody. Is that correct? Or you just don't do anything? What do you do? You just have a keen intuition. Yeah, everybody has intuition, but if you don't really do it a lot, if you don't really practice intuition, and you don't dive deeper into the intuition, it's really going to be difficult for you to understand how the information is coming to you on different levels. So for me, it's, usually when I get somebody a reading, I would start with tarot cards. And with the tarot cards, when I go from there, just put the cards down, and then I'm already tapped into their frequency. And then once that happens, then I'm able to tell a little bit more about the person. But if I do it without the cards, I'm getting help from guides telling me things, or intuition, my higher self is telling me something about this person. So you want tarot card reading? Okay. So why have tarot cards been misleading to you? When is your birthday? Okay. Virgo. Leo. Oh, you're right on the brink of Leo and Virgo. Yeah, that's coffee. Figure I'd give me some coffee today. And see, that's another thing we'll talk about. You know, like different things that you drink and eat for intuition. Like, it really doesn't matter as far as intuition goes, because, you know, I know people who still eat meat and stuff are still tapping into intuition. I know people that are drinking caffeine and still tapping intuition. That's what I'm saying. Like, the more you work with intuition, you know how to tap in. I didn't seen it all. I didn't seen people get drunk and just go to town and stuff. So you just have to trust in the information that you're receiving. It's just that tarot cards, since with tarot cards, if you can't predict free will, then it's going to be hard for you to, because tarot cards is something where you can always change the outcome. It's just a way to get you started with your intuition, so you can start tapping into the vibration of everything. If you're not working with different types of spirits or anything else, that means you have if you're working with spirits and stuff like that, you have a well-versed intuition. And that's why a lot of people who don't use tarot cards, they're usually working with a different entity, if you don't know it or not. But a lot of people use candle magic with tarot because it really focuses your intuition a lot clearer if it's hard for you to discern about what intuition that you have, what you need. And they'll use gemstones. But again, with the gemstones are great, but real magicians or real people that understand the occult, that you need to charge your gems so you can bring the reading to life. You can put the gemstones around your tarot cards and everything else, but you need to consecrate these gems and everything else. You need to have the right types of gems. And all right. All right, so this is your card right here. So the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very down to earth. You may be, you may have a profession where you are, maybe like a counselor or a healer, anything like that. This is going to be your current card, the card that resembles you. And with your permission, do you allow me to give you a reading? Okay. I don't really go into other people's stuff unless they ask me to, so. I'm just going to give you a normal tarot card reading. I'm not going to give you the clairvoyant reading unless you want that. Because when you do tarot cards for other people, you're opening up their, what you call their astral records. You're opening up, you're activating the cards on their frequency. It's kind of like if you're actually doing mind readings on people, then that's you still want to ask for permission because it's just a polite thing to do. Understand what you're doing. I don't understand what year you're doing or what you're doing. Oh, okay. I thought you said what year you're doing. Okay. Now, the focus of what I'm seeing here in your reading is about the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, wands are about inspiration, career, ideas. And so this is what we call a court card. You probably already know that, but, I'm seeing that there's somebody or a male figure in your life that has some type of influence on you, that may be very successful at something. But I really see that in this reading. And the Two of Wands, again, it's Two of Wands it's pretty much letting you know that you came to a point where you're in a position to make a decision about something, and you have two paths that you can go. And so that's pretty prevalent in this reading. And this is all based on the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is a card based on, they have a guy that's working on his craft or something that he's doing in life, something in the physical world that he's doing. And so this is the root of the question, or the root of what I need to tell you. And so if I put all those words together, all those cards together, that based on this person, there's two ways you can go about what you're working on when that person comes into the picture. And so let me ask you a question. Do you know who this person is? No? Okay. Now, I feel like it is somebody that you have some type of strong relationship with. Maybe it's like a boyfriend or a father figure. It sounds like it's more of a father figure. Does your father have like a business or something? You don't have a father? Or do you have a father figure or a boyfriend? A father figure? Is that what that is? Yes. Okay. Now, what led up to this situation is the Four of Pentacles. Now, with the Four of Pentacles is a person that has, something, either money, resources, that are in their possession, and they're very conscious of their possessions, and they really attach to them. And it's hard for them to let go of these things, or these the money, resources, things that they have. And this is what led up to everything about the decision between what you want to do. So I'm sensing that this person is probably a materialistic type person. or his possession of what he's working on is very important to him. And other than that you're in a position where you need to make a decision about something being around this person, which is really pretty strong in this reading. So this guy or this person that you're talking about, he's working on something. And it's I guess that it's something that he's passionate about. Yeah. So he's always in your readings. What type of business does he own? He would be somebody that owns maybe like what type of business does he own? No, it doesn't. I'm just asking a question. So whatever the problem is with this person, there's also somebody else in the picture, because this is what crowns the situation, the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is a woman that has a very driven drive to do something in life. She's very focused, determined to do what she wants. She's very career oriented, and she's full of passion. She's full of ideas. And so this is what's the focus, this is what crowns the situation. I don't think that's you at all. No. This is you right here. But the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, they very, very similar type cards. Very driven, very career goal oriented type women. But the thing about the Queen of Wands, they do embody the energy of Leo. But I can sense that there's two women in the picture. Now I'm talking, I can sense there's two women in this reading. So next card. So the future outcome, near future outcome, is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is a person that's very brave, a person that's actually willing to go to the next level when it comes to something as far as something in the physical world or money and success. They're very driven to get to that. And so I guess this reading that I'm seeing here for you is more about what's the next steps to take as far as your success and like abundance and being with each other. But other than that, it has a lot to do with what he's working on or what you're both are working on. Because I feel like both you guys are working on something, but it's like you guys can't work on these things together for some reason. And the main part of the situation is probably because there's some type of woman involved or some type of influence of a woman involved that is probably saying something about your involvement with each other. So you in the situation, again, it's Ace of Swords. So this is more like the Ace of Swords is a new beginning of a different type of thinking or a challenge, a new challenge mentally that's going on. And so within this reading that you're trying to figure out exactly how to think about this challenge, because this is a really difficult situation for you to be with this person and whoever he's hanging around or influencing him to do something. This woman, I'm sensing that she has a very strong drive to do things. unlike you do too as well. But this woman is the crown of the situation, and I'm feeling like has, I don't know, maybe it's his mom, but she has a very strong influence on him. Now, the environment and what other people see it like is the Empress card. This is the card of fertility, growth, and it is a major arcana card, which is a major life secret. So this is going to trump a lot of cards out here that are putting out here. So the environment is, again, there's an environment where people are growing in your environment. Maybe they're becoming very successful. They're just getting their businesses launched. I sense that there's people watching you and him grow a lot, to the point where they're probably asking, like, when are you guys going to, be together or get married? Pretty sure you're not married yet, right? Probably not in that point. No, you're not. But we also know that the Empress card, you're single. But the Empress card really has a lot to do with growth. And also the fact it also has to do with fertility too. So it also could be an environment of pregnancy that could be the questions. And then in hopes and fears column is the Wheel of Fortune. Now, Wheel of Fortune is a card that lets you know that pretty much whatever goes around comes around, and lets you know that a lot of your karmatic experiences and things are coming back to be, come back to mirror what's going on in your reality right now. And again, it's another major arcana card. So that's something that you hope and something that you fear at the same time. And so these things that you hope and fear for, will come into your reality is really, really fast, especially with that card indicated there. So you just want to be careful what you're thinking about right now, because whatever you're thinking and maybe assuming about a person that you may be involved with, if you're single with somebody and you guys are thinking about either taking it to a less level, or you're not even worried about that, or if you never met this person yet, this is going to let you know that whatever you're thinking about was going to happen is going to happen. So the final outcome here, I'm just saying, like, there's a different level, a different progression within a relationship with this person. But I'm just letting you know somebody has pretty strong influence on him. Just letting you know. So the last card is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a person that's very intellectual. This person may be a professor at a university. This person has a very strong drive for being very, very critical, very analytical. And a lot of people think the swords and the family, Queen of Swords, and people think they're just the baddest cards to get. But these people are very intelligent type people. And this is the outcome. So the outcome of this card is, again, there's another figure in this reading that's pretty much has influence on him. I believe in, but I don't think it's about him. I think this is more about an area of a person you're about to meet. So there's two guys in the picture, but this guy is different than the other guy. The reason why I say that, because the King of Wands, this guy right here is just so driven to the point where he's probably feels like he doesn't need anybody, or he doesn't need anything else. He doesn't need, like, nobody. maybe a little bit more egocentric sometimes based on what he's doing. But the King of Swords, you know, I mean, they at least they analyze things a lot better, but they can be very, you know, self-critical, and sometimes they can play mind games with you too, though. Where that, but at the most part, that this person is very intelligent. They know what they're doing. The King of Wands, I just think the King of Wands, this person can be very, very materialistic. Really can be very, very materialistic type people. And so due to this reading, just to conclude everything, that it's that you need to make a decision on what you want to work on in that area of your life, because based on what you're hoping and what you're fearing, it's one and the same. And that's the reason why it's so difficult for you to actually make this decision or this step forward, going into, if you're single right now and going into the point where you're just actually being with somebody based on pretty much of how that person is and how they are grounded in who they are. And so my advice for you is just to understand that, one, in the environment, it's growth. Like, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision to go about a certain person. But I feel like the person that you're probably interested in right now, he's cool and all that. He's great, cool guy, whatever, but he's very focused on what he's doing. So I don't think he's focused on anything else besides that, if that makes sense. But I feel like as far as you making a decision, you're trying to make a decision of actually, he's not available and I don't want him anymore. Yeah, that could be that. But the thing is that he's thinking about you, so because one day he probably thinks that he's going to work out. But it doesn't even matter, because that person is your past. Apparently that person is in your past, and the King of Swords is coming your way. So again, this is a reading about you moving on, but you have to make a decision if this is what you want. Oh, really? Yeah, don't let him keep you as an option. Don't do that. No, you haven't met him yet. Talk about that guy. Okay, so let's talk about that guy for a moment. Let's talk about King of Swords. One thing you should know about King of Swords, that these guys are very driven to. Do I know for sure you haven't met him? I think that you guys cross paths, but you guys don't even know it yet. That's what I think. This guy would be somebody who has olive skin, maybe he's darker. This person he may have glasses. He may have a very complex way of thinking that's really intrigues you, where he's like, this guy is really interesting. He may come off like that. I'm pretty sure he'll come off like that to you. You guys cross paths once or twice. I think his height, he's probably This guy would probably be around 5'7", 6 foot. Do you go to school? Do you go to school or you go to college or something? All right, so just to let you know, I'm channeling into this guy's, his field. So now, when you meet this guy or this person, one thing you'll know about him mentally is that he's been hurt before. This person has been hurt before because this card shows up, and I understand that he thinks that it's kind of hard for him to mentally get his mind around trusting somebody. So this person's not going to trust you at first. He's not going to really think that you're somebody that's going to be, as far as like a relationship, but he's going to think that a lot of women out here are here to like test him mentally, and it's really, he doesn't want to get his heart broken. Now this comes in the body part. The 8 of Swords, I mean 6 of Swords, which means you're partying away with the heavy heart. So it just seems that this person is in an area where he just perhaps got out of a very, maybe difficult relationship, and maybe you talked to somebody already, because I'm like I said, you guys crossed paths before, but I'm not sure if you guys really met. So what I'm sensing is a guy that's good, it's a guy that's actually trying to love, because in this card right here, Soul card, is the 9 of Pentacles, which is a good card. Very good card. Then that's on the Soul. This card is pretty much like, it's a attainment of certain completion about wanting more in life. So, and also can mean riches. I obtain money or attain that. But deep down inside, this person may wear a mask of where they don't want anything. They don't want to be that with somebody. They don't want to be in a relationship because of what they're going through. But deep down inside, they do. So when you talk to this person, or if you talk to a person and they come up to you asking you like questions about your past relationships, and they try to share theirs, and all they share is a lot of hurt, how they've been hurt, and I don't know, I ain't doing that stuff again, and they start to go into that a lot, then you'll know that you're dealing with that person. Can you ask a particular man? Yeah, you can ask. What does markets look like? Yeah, so no, that's not him. The reason why this card pops out is the reason why I say no is because the Hermit is somebody who's actually, they spend a lot of time alone. They really don't go out much or anything. This person, you'll run into this person, but this person is really in a deep sense of like trying to understand his life right now. I'm not sure if Marcus is really in that situation, but I don't sense that he is. But I do sense that Marcus is a good person as well for you. But this guy is going to be different. You just got to give him a chance. You got to understand this person is they're going through a lot of things. So don't think that this person, when you come across their path, that they're trying to play games with you. They're just trying to make sure you're not playing games with him. But you just need to do what's right, because for you it's about following a certain path. When the first reading, you got to follow a certain path, and that path is like, if you don't choose to go with this person, Marcus, you're talking to, again, there's another opportunity for you to go, and then that's when you'll meet the other guy. Because right now, as far as the tarot card readings, I tell you that I cannot predict free will. I can't predict free will or anything like that. I can't predict free will. You have two paths that you can go, but it's based on what you hope and what you fear. So you can either go towards your hopes or you can go towards your fear. But yeah, so a lot of relationships nowadays, like I noticed that a lot of relationships nowadays are like I guess we don't understand that how powerful it is to be in communication with, the opposite sex, you know what I mean? Because every time we think about a relationship, what do we start to think about? If we can trust that person, be committed, have kids, and all that stuff. That when you understand that you're thinking about how a guy is, you're automatically attracting that into your reality, into your field. And so if you're trying to go for the guy who has the money, the car, success, not saying you are, but if you have the money and success, you're going to attract that to your life automatically, via law of attraction. It's just going to happen, because the universe only wants what you want. And so if you're confused about what you want, then that's when you're going to keep doing what I call the loop over and over again. You keep going to keep attracting the same type of guy over and over and over again. It will be very difficult for you to try to figure out why I keep attracting this to my life, blah, 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 blah. And the more you speak these things, that's, yeah, I am. Oops. Sorry. But the more you speak these things into your existence, you got to understand that these words that you have and these thoughts that you have about the people that you're attracting to your life are coming in all the time, until you actually start to be clear about what you want. The clearer you are about what you want, the more you're going to attract that into your life. But yeah, I got to go, guys. But if you want more readings, if you want the clairvoyant reading, which I do those privately, because I know, oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. But if you do want more readings or the clairvoyant readings, which I do those sometimes, but they do take a lot of energy. I just don't think I have, I don't think I had that much energy today because I have some coffee, but those type of readings are different. Because that means that the clairvoyant readings that I'm working with my guides, and they'll show me things, images or whatever, in my mind without using tarot cards. But I have to really, ground myself with those type of readings because they take a lot of energy, take a lot of my energy. So after I get done the reading, I'll be like tired and ready to like pass out. So yeah, just follow me, and on my next Sunday stream, I will, give you an opportunity to actually do that. Or you can follow me at Facebook.com/Then Light Networker, or go to Instagram. Just follow me there, and you can definitely just go ahead and book a reading. And I hope you guys have a good Sunday, and make sure you just keep your eyes open, as far as the spirits and communications, because there's a lot of spirits out there, but you can't always think that they're trying to do something to you. They're just trying to help us. They're trying to help us as a human race to be at our full potential. All right, so I will talk to you guys later, and hope to see you later. Bye-bye.